Imagine you're standing at the bus stop when a young man walks up to you and he turns to you and says, "Hey, the Latin name for the common wild duck is Histrionicus, Histrionicus, Histrionicus." And then he smiles and simply walks away. What just happened? You can only make sense of what just happened if you put this story in a larger context. So what could possibly have just happened? Well, one likely scenario is that this young man is simply mentally ill, that he goes around and tells random strangers the Latin names of animals. That might have happened. What also might have happened is that maybe it's a case of mistaken identity. Maybe this guy was at the library yesterday researching something about ducks, and you look a lot like the librarian, so he just thought that was you. The third scenario is that maybe this man is a spy and you are his contact and he has just given you his code word to put you into service. That is a very unlikely scenario, but it's one possibility of many things that could have just happened. Now, this example was used by the Scottish philosopher, a man called Alistair MacIntyre, and he used it to illustrate that everything that happens to us only makes sense when we put it in the context of a larger story, a larger narrative. Otherwise, we don't really know what to do with what just happened or what has been given to us in life. And I think this becomes especially important when we realize that all of us watching, in one sense or another, are standing at the bus stop and somebody has come and given stuff to us. Right? Here is some money for you to spend. Here's a salary for you to spend as you live your life. Here's some time. Here's 16 plus hours a day where you are awake. Here's a bag with gifts and opportunities and time for you to do as you wish. So as you're standing there at the bus stop and you have all of these things, what are you going to do with it? Well, it depends on the story. It depends on the context within which you see your life. And there's a couple of different stories that you can embrace and that today people do embrace. One story that many people embrace is the atheistic worldview, which says that all life on earth is just an accident, that we are highly evolved biological beings, but that there is no great narrative, no great designer behind life. And that in 5 billion years, when the sun dies out, that everything that anyone has ever done will be forgotten and nothing will have eternal value. That is one story that you can believe as you're standing there at the bus stop, and it will have an influence on how you spend the things you've been given. An alternative, the one that I embrace, is the biblical worldview, which says that there is a God, that you are not on earth by accident, that He has a plan for you and for His creation, and that He has given you time and money and gifts so that you can use it to glorify Him. This is the story that many people embrace because they find it is life transformative. It transformed my life 16 years ago when I embraced it. And the final proverb that I leave for us at the end of this series is from Proverbs 9, verse 10. Where the author says that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And that's just a different way of saying that the start of wisdom in life is when you live the kind of life that sees God as part of your story. That is something that I hope you can consider and embrace, especially in the stormy times that we live in. This concludes our series, 3 Minutes of Ancient Wisdom. Thank you for watching over the past few weeks. I hope that you enjoyed it with us.